So I'm going to tell you about the time I saw a real life UFO. Now, I'm sure you know what a UFO is, but if you don't, it is an unidentified flying object. That is simply what a UFO means. I was 16 at the time on holiday with my family, and we were staying in a stunning hotel on the water overlooking the ocean. Now, this was up on a hill, and in the distance was part of the island land which went around, and sort of like a cove section, but it was vast, it was mountainous, it was long way in the distance. So I was sat one evening and there was a huge thunderstorm, and we watched the thunder and the lightning, and it was incredibly atmospheric, it was beautiful. And as I sat watching the waves in the darkness, I saw a light. Now, at first, this light appeared on the land mass. So I thought, oh, it must be an aerial, or it must be a car or something, that would emit a very strong light, but a light nevertheless on land. And it was at the top of the mountain. So I thought perhaps it was, like I said, an aerial or a pillar or something that required light to stop aircraft perhaps from flying into it. And then over the course of the next couple of hours, this light began to move. Now, it didn't move in a logical way. It sometimes went left, sometimes it went down, sometimes it went really high above the land. And it didn't make any sense to me. And I thought, well, it can't be attached to something like a pillar or a mast, because it's now much lower down the mountain, and now suddenly it's really high in the sky with nothing attached to it. And as I watched it over these hours, it moved into the ocean centre. So it was now hovering over the sea and the ocean. And I still couldn't work out what it was, because if it had been a ship to begin with, it wouldn't have been on the land, certainly not in the sky. And now it was over the ocean, but above the ocean. And it hovered and it moved in strange patterns. It wasn't quick, it moved slowly, but it moved erratically. And I asked my mum, my dad, my friend, I asked the hotel staff, what is that? And no one could tell me what it was. So I watched it for a few hours, and then it just went out and it vanished. And to this day, I still, with my knowledge of what might it have been attached to, can't tell you what it was. It's an unidentified flying object, and that's exactly what I saw, a UFO.